Good morning, class. Today I have come up with explanation of the poem How to Tell Wild Animals by Carolyn Wells. In the poem, the poet Carolyn Wells has explained the characteristics of various wild animals in a humorous way. The poet gives a beautiful description of Asian lion and the Bengal tiger. Then she points out about the leopard and the bear. She describes the henna for its smiling face and the crocodile for its tears. The poet describes how the chameleon changes its color. To understand the poem better, let us read stanza wise. The first stanza goes like this: If ever you should go by chance to jungles in the east, and if there should to you advance a large and tawny beast, if he roars at you as you are dying, you will know it is the Asian lion. The poet is telling the readers that how they can recognize various animals in the jungles of the East. In the first stanza, she says, if the reader comes across an animal whose skin is yellowish brown in color, and if it roars at him so strongly that he can die out of fear, it means that he has encountered an Asian lion. She has humorously explained the Asian lion, which could kill a person with its roar. Or if sometime when roaming round, a noble wild beast greets you with black stripes on a yellow ground, just notice if he eats you. The simple rule may help you learn the Bengal tiger to discern. She further explains an animal that roams in the jungle and belongs to a royal clan. The color of its skin is yellowish with black stripes. She says that if you notice that he kills you and eats you up, then it means you have surely seen a Bengal tiger. This time, the poet has used dark humor to explain how a tiger looks like, because once a person has been eaten up by the wild animal, there is no use in determining which wild animal it is. If strolling forth a beast you view, whose hide with spots is peppered, as soon as he has leapt on you, you'll know it is the leopard. It'll do no good to roar with pain, he'll only leap and leap again. The poet says, if you're casually walking in a jungle, you will meet an animal who has a skin with spots on it. This animal is so fast that it will leap on you at once, which means it will jump on you. This jumping is an indication that it is none other than a leopard. Moreover, she adds, if you will cry out of pain, it is going to be of no use because the animal will keep on jumping on you. So, in this stanza, the poet has explained the characteristic of a leopard, which is famous for its jumps. If you are walking round your yard, you'll meet a creature there who hugs you very, very hard. Be sure it's a bear. If you have any doubts, I guess he'll give you just one more caress. In this stanza, the poet tells you need not go to the jungle to meet this animal. If you're walking in the lawn area of your house and you meet a creature which hugs you tightly, it's a bear. She further adds that if you are still in doubt regarding the animal, the easiest way is that he will keep hugging and touching you very gently. This act of his will make you sure about his identity. You will come to know that it is a bear whom you have seen. Though to distinguish beasts of prey, a novice might nonplus, the crocodile you always may tell from henna thus. Hennas come with merry smiles, but if they weep, they are crocodiles. The poet says, for someone who is new to the job of recognizing animals, it will be like a puzzle to recognize animals that hunt other animals for their food. So here the poet tries to help us out by telling the difference between two animals. He says that hennas will be smiling, whereas it's a crocodile who is always in tears. Both of these animals are dangerous. In the last stanza, the poet says, the true chameleon is small, a lizard sort of thing. He hasn't any ears at all and not a single wing. If there is nothing on the tree, it's the chameleon you see. The poet says that the next is chameleon, which is a small creature, but it looks like a lizard. The difference between the two is the chameleon does not have ears and wings. And moreover, she says chameleon has the ability to change its color according to the surface to which it is sitting. Therefore, if you see a tree and find nothing else on it, then it must be a chameleon sitting on it. It has changed its color into the color of the tree. Now let us see the literary devices used by the poet. The first is the rhyme scheme. The rhyme scheme followed throughout the poem is A B A B C C. In all the stanzas, the same rhyme scheme is followed. Next is the alliteration, which is the repetition of consonant sound. For example, roaming round, the R sound. Lep and lep again, the L sound. Who hugs you very, very hard, the H sound and the V sound. A novice might nonplus, the N sound. Next is personification. It is the attribution of a personal nature or human characteristics to something non human, like animal, plant, or non living thing. In the poem, the poet uses personification. She describes the lion, the leopard, and the bear by the pronoun he, which is used for humans. In addition, a bear does not hug its prey but crushes to death. This is again an example of personification. At last, the poet has got poetic license. It describes the freedom an artist or a writer has to change details, distort facts, or ignore certain rules. Here, the poet has distorted certain spellings. As soon as it has leapt on you, he will only leap and leap again. It's the chameleon you see. In the first line, it should have been LEAPT instead of LEPT. And in the second line, the spelling of LEP should be LEAP. Third line should have begun with it, instead of TIS. So these are the poetic license which the poet has used. Thank you, students, and I hope you have understood the characteristic of all wild animals as per the poet. Thank you so much for watching this video.